Let's get straight to the news that just came out. Here you'll always find the most up-to-date information about the Detroit Lions, which is why this is the right channel for you to stay well informed every day. Today we're going to talk about a very important update about Aiden Hutchinson and also about free agents. But before we dive into all the details of this news, please like the video because it really strengthens our work. And if you've just arrived on the channel, don't waste any time. Subscribe and become part of our community. Let's go. The mood in Detroit couldn't be more exciting. Aiden Hutchinson is back. The Lions defensive star returned to OTAs with the energy of someone who's ready to reclaim his throne in the NFL. After missing virtually the entire 2024 season due to a broken leg suffered in a thrilling Week 5 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, the Pro Bowl pass rusher is re-emerging as a force to be reckoned with in 2025. For fans, Hutchinson's mere presence at practice is enough to rekindle the flame of hope. And behind the scenes around the league, the buzz is clear. He's back, hungry, stronger, and determined to prove he belongs among the NFL's defensive elite. Before the injury, Hutchinson was performing so well that many were already projecting him as the season's sack leader. In just 5 games, he had an impressive 7.5 sacks, putting himself on pace to surpass the likes of Trey Hendrickson, who finished the year with 17.5 sacks for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, with his body fully recovered and the support of a defensive line reinforced by names like Marcus Davenport, DJ Reader, and promising rookie Tyleik Williams, Hutchinson can free himself from the pressure of carrying the defense's weight alone. With less double teaming and more freedom to attack the quarterback, it's not a stretch to predict a campaign that could put him back in the Pro Bowl. And more than that, on the way to a historic contract. And speaking of a historic contract, there are some serious rumors in the air. According to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, Hutchinson is on track to become one of the highest paid pass rushers in the league. And that's not just speculation. Just look at what Myles Garrett just got. A monstrous $40 million per year contract with $123.5 million guaranteed, the highest amount ever given to a non-quarterback in NFL history. The difference is that Garrett remains on a team that is still trying to find its feet, while Hutchinson is a key part of a team on the rise. He represents the symbol of a new era for the Lions, and that weighs heavily when it comes to negotiating. A new deal. Detroit, by the way, is in an extremely comfortable financial position. The front office has done an excellent job of putting together a competitive roster without going over the salary cap. This is largely due to their recent success in the draft, with several impactful players still under rookie contracts. Hutchinson, of course, is one of them. With cap space and the need to keep key players like Jahmyr Gibbs and quarterback Jared Goff, the Lions have every reason and resources to ensure that their defensive star stays for many years. And let's be honest, there's no reason to wait. If Hutchinson repeats the performance he was having before the injury, he will become an indispensable part of any long-term plan. Now, it all depends on how he performs in these first few weeks of OTAs. The coaching staff, fans, and even NFL analysts are watching Hutchinson's every move. If he shows that he is truly back to his best form, and the signs so far are very positive, it will be a matter of time before a massive new contract is announced. What we can safely say is that Aiden Hutchinson is not just a promising player, he is a pillar of the Lions' new identity, and by 2025 he may very well be the most feared name among NFL defenders. With the start of OTAs, organized team activities in the NFL, the focus in Detroit remains entirely on Jared Goff. After a solid season and renewed confidence in the franchise, the number 16 has established himself as the unquestioned commander of the Lions offense for 2025. Goff has proven to be the type of quarterback who flourishes when placed in a stable system, with good targets and a competent offensive line. Elements that Detroit has finally managed to put together. However, the calm surrounding the starter does not extend to the backup options, which raises a silent alarm behind the scenes at Ford Field. Should Goff suffer a serious injury, the quality of the available quarterbacks will be significant, which could compromise the entire structure of the team in a season with high expectations. The immediate names on the bench, Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen, do not convey much confidence. Hooker is still a project in development, coming off a serious knee injury and without practical NFL experience. Allen, on the other hand, is a veteran with low-key stints with other franchises, known more for being a stopgap than a reliable solution. In a league where depth at quarterback can define the success of a campaign, it wouldn't be surprising to see general manager Brad Holmes making bold moves in the coming months. One of those was already made in 2024 when the Lions convinced Teddy Bridgewater to come out of retirement to act as a sort of mentor and immediate backup. And while Bridgewater has experience, it's unclear whether his body still responds as it once did. Meanwhile, Jake Fromm, a familiar name to the most observant fans, remains available on the market. The former University of Georgia quarterback and brief Lions player is currently without a destination. Fromm, who entered the NFL with high expectations after a solid college career, has never managed to establish himself as a starter or a reliable backup. In stints with Buffalo, Washington, the Giants, and Detroit, he alternated moments of opportunity with lackluster games and little improvement. His most memorable play may be the Giants' infamous call in Week 18 of 2022 when he was used on an absurd conversion attempt on a long third down, something that even became a joke among rival fans. Since then, his career has been on the decline, and even with his experience, he is now fighting for a chance to be just the third quarterback on a roster. Despite the criticism, Fromm still carries respect for his college career. He was an important piece in the early years of the Kirby Smart era at Georgia, helping to put the Bulldogs on the national map and laying the foundation that would lead the team to future titles. Still, his future in the NFL seems to depend on very specific conditions. A team with a coach willing to invest in a long-term project and in need of immediate depth for the preseason. Detroit, by all indications, has already closed that chapter, showing no signs of moving toward a possible return. And for Fromm, time is running out. If he doesn't find a team by the end of OTAs, it may be too late to keep his dream of remaining in the league alive. Looking at the future of the position, especially if the Lions decide to revamp their quarterback room next season, one interesting name to watch is Tyrod Taylor, who is a free agent in 2025. Experienced, reliable, and accustomed to the mentor role, Taylor would be an excellent bridge if Goff needs to be absent or if the team decides to prepare Hooker more slowly. With a history of leadership and solid performances in emergency situations, he could provide exactly the kind of depth and stability that the Lions bench currently lacks. And he may be the right name to maintain the high standard that the team demands in its quest for an unprecedented title. Now, I want to hear from you, Lions fans. Do you think Detroit should bring in a veteran quarterback like Tyrod Taylor to bolster the roster in 2025? I want to hear from the fans in the comments. Who would you like to see as the Lions' backup quarterback? Leave your answer below. Let's debate together. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. This really helps the channel to continue growing and bringing exclusive content about our Lions.